Yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday, and President Trump shined during his appearance at the stadium in New Orleans, and it was just a sight to see. President Trump is a great cheerleader for all things America. He understands that the American people love sports. They love the Super Bowl. It has a lot of tradition. It's part of the culture, and it's really always a global event. And so him being the president of the United States naturally should be interested in it, should be talking about it. It's something that brings in a lot of revenue and a lot of attention to the United States of America, and he did everything that you should have. He was even tweeting about the Super Bowl in the days leading up to it, talking about the kickoff or whatever. He's just something else, and I'm glad to see what happened yesterday, and we're going to get into some of the biggest highlights and clips because there are some things that are now the new normal. And I truly believe that we as a culture are turning the page, and we're going to get into all of that. So before we get started, my name is Clayton Kearns from TrendingPolitics.com. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so. We're pumping out videos every single day, and this is a way to fight back against the narrative, fight back against the mainstream media, because although their power is greatly diminished, at the end of the day, they are still very powerful. So let's get right into it. So, as I told you yesterday, President Trump made history by becoming the first sitting U.S. president to attend a Super Bowl. And here's how that went when he came onto the field. And listen to the broadcast. Listen to how they're openly embracing him. You know, when he was president 5 years ago, this was not a common thing. This was not something where the commentators are just saying, they were almost afraid to say his name on the airwaves. But look at this.
That would be history already in the building tonight, as President Donald Trump becomes the first sitting U.S. president ever to attend a Super Bowl game live. When we come back, we'll make our...
And it might seem like a small deal for the broadcast to acknowledge him, but you have to understand, like I said just a minute ago, the way that this man was treated and the way he was perceived by everyone in the media during his last administration, this is a huge change of tune. And then one of the biggest moments of the entire night is when the national anthem was being sung, which it was a very good performance. And when the camera panned to Trump, the crowd went absolutely crazy. So we're not going to watch the entire national anthem. We're just going to skip ahead a little bit to right where Trump comes in. But he's standing next to Ivanka, and it's just a great moment.
Bright star through the perilous fight.
I mean, just loud roars and cheers for the President of the United States, our Commander-in-Chief. And like I said, it's just a great thing to see, you know. He was always seen as so controversial, you know, years ago. I mean, I know he's still seen as controversial, but the fact that he's being embraced openly by so many more people winning the popular vote, it's just a different feeling. And like, here's another example. And Nick Sorter said, awesome. Chiefs player Chris Jones specifically came out to shake President Trump's hand right before the Super Bowl. America is healing. Legacy media, who tried so hard to demonize Trump, failed. I mean, again, I don't think we would have had this picture a few years ago. So here's the video of that moment with Chris Jones. He goes over and says hi. Like, it's just, I mean, again, not many football players, and even before the game, Travis Kelce, who is kind of known to be more liberal, said it's an honor to have the president, honor to have the commander-in-chief at the game. And that is a huge change from where we've been over the last many years. And more on the theme of just the NFL and the world embracing Trump more, look at this. The NFL official Twitter account said President Donald Trump meets the families of the victims and first responders from the January 1st terrorist attack in New Orleans. And they posted a picture. Let's be honest, they didn't really have to post this picture. But as the user before said, America is healing. And this Jake Schneider says, this is the first time the NFL has ever posted about President Trump. Despite this being his 5th year in office, this is a different world, and I couldn't agree more. The NFL is not going to be featuring a post of President Trump on the field of Super Bowl, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7 years ago. It wasn't going to happen. There is plenty of content to talk about when it comes to the Super Bowl. This is obviously a heartwarming moment, but it wasn't something that the NFL would usually post about such a controversial figure in President Trump, and they did it now. This is a different country. Now, another thing that got a lot of attention is Taylor Swift not receiving quite the reception that Trump did. If you have not seen, take a look at the video. It's actually quite crazy. So she mouths right there, "What is going on?" Because like literally it shows her up on the screen with her name on the chyron saying Taylor Swift, and everybody starts booing, or a lot of people do. I'm sure there are some people in the crowd cheering. But then she looks around confused, kind of embarrassed, kind of not sure how to react, and the camera then zooms in on her face like it's an episode of The Office. And she's like, "What is going on?" I think this here is, and then this has been going viral on the internet, comparing her to this meme here. It's kind of crazy. And once again, in juxtaposition, the left was saying like, "Oh my gosh, we messed up so badly by not electing Kamala Harris. Like, she was just so loved and so popular." First of all, she got absolutely destroyed in the election, in the Electoral College. She did not outperform Joe Biden in one swing state, in any state or any county in the United States. But also, she lost the popular vote. So no, she's not that popular. She's very, very cringe and just not that good of a human being. And this is the difference between Kamala Harris showing up to a Laker game and nobody caring, and Trump showing up to the Super Bowl and everyone roaring. I mean, guys, do you think for a moment that Trump could go to a basketball game like this with one security guard behind them and just walk into the seats like this and not be swarmed and not be mobbed? Could never happen in a million years. Trump has a different type of aura, and I think that is why the Democrats are so afraid of him. And another controversial thing to happen at the Super Bowl is the fact that, nobody really liked the halftime show. I don't know why they don't do more of a mainstream type of like band that everyone likes instead of, I know that there are a lot of rap fans in the United States, but it just doesn't seem to be this unifying type of music that like the vast majority of Americans would enjoy. Like, right? Like, for instance, Trump won the popular vote because he appealed to the vast majority of people in a big way. Why is there not almost like a popular vote for the Super Bowl halftime show? I feel like most people would, like, if we all got to vote on like, hey, who should be the halftime performer? What kind of music should we perform? I don't think it would have landed on Kendrick Lamar, but there's a lot of controversy because a lot of people interpreted the halftime show as them taunting America and, basically in a way protesting Trump in a lot of ways. We're not going to get into all the things that he was talking about on stage. We're not going to relive that horrible halftime show. But this girl, Joy D'Angela, says, Kendrick literally protested and taunted America in front of the president during America's biggest sports event, Chef's Kiss, and with these pictures accompanying it, with Trump looking all mad. And so I tweeted back to her and I said, and he was able to do that because this is the United States of America. Try doing that in an actual dictatorship, which you claim that we live in. Notice how this singer wasn't arrested immediately once he got off stage. Like, this girl Joy thinks that she got some sort of moral victory, like, haha, he was able to protest in front of Trump, right in front of Trump. Yeah, that's because we have freedom. And as much as I might disagree with Kendrick Lamar, at the end of the day, in what other country? Try going to Russia, try going to China, and try performing in a stadium with the president or the leader of that country and look at them in the face and protest and taunt the country and see what happens to you after the event. Let's see what happens the moment you get off the stage. I think we all know what would happen. And so this little victory that Joy tweeted about and her tweet went viral, it's really not the victory she thinks it is. In fact, she actually made the counterpoint. And by the way, on that point of the halftime show, there's a big lie going around that I want to tell you guys about. So people like Harry Sison, who Harry has been paid by the DNC. He is a Democrat Party shill. He posted a lie saying that Kendrick Lamar dissed Trump and protested the United States in front of him, and Trump got scared and left the Super Bowl early. It doesn't get any better than that. This is a lie, as you can imagine. As Media Lies, very famous account here on Twitter, puts, Democrat pundits are claiming that Donald Trump left the Super Bowl early due to Kendrick Lamar dissing him. This is a blatant lie. According to the White House's official schedule, Trump was set to leave at 8:05, and he did just that. So, guys, don't let the left push these types of narratives. Like, they got shellacked in the election so bad. I mean, let's be real here. Like, they're kind of looking for any victory they can get. So, in a way, you kind of have to almost pity these people and feel bad for them that they have to come up with lies that they themselves are trying to make themselves believe just so they can feel better about themselves and sleep better at night. You know, so just debunk these people and then kind of feel sorry for them because they can't go to bed at night in a happy fashion because their lives are miserable because they got shellacked in the election so bad. So anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. Comment below and let me know what you thought about the Super Bowl, any of the other controversies that may have happened, and I will see you in the next video.